one was collected by Charles Darwin in southern Chile. World Flora is going to try to have in one single place everything.
The World Flora Online Project is a huge undertaking. It will make accurate information freely available online on the estimated 400,000 species of plants that exist around the world.
We're bringing in lots of partners from around the world to complete this, bring all the data that we have together. And we're using the internet to be able to make the information available as widely as we can so that people in areas of high biodiversity will have access to the information and be able to look at the information about their plants or plants in surrounding areas to better determine where the plants are in their area, what needs to be conserved or what are threatened and endangered.
A primary goal of the project is to protect plants and stop the continued loss of plant biodiversity around the globe.
It's very important that we don't lose that biodiversity that we've got left, because we don't know what chemicals are out there that we can use and that would greatly benefit our life. I mean, plants are used for medicines and foods and fibers and building materials. Most of the medicines that we know and depend on actually came from plants. Quinine and aspirin and several of the chemicals that are used for leukemias and things like that are actually extracted from plants.
A flora is an in-depth description of plants that grow in a particular region. The World Flora Online will provide a wealth of information about all known plants in the world.
It will include a description of each one of those plant species. It'll include identification aids such as images, photographs, line drawings, or even scanned images of herbarium specimens, dried, pressed plant specimens that we use for research. It'll include the geographic distribution of those plants by country. So, it could be 50 countries or it could be just one, depending on how widespread that plant species is.
The project involves developing a website that will be available to everyone.
I think having it online and also freely available online, it's important to stress that this is open access. It's not something you're going to have to pay for. It makes it tremendously democratic because anybody can access it from anywhere. All you need is a computer with an internet connection.
The site will bring together millions of pages of text already available online in a variety of locations. Hundreds of millions of additional pages will be scanned and put online. Research will also be done to collect new data on thousands of plants. The project will involve several terabytes of data. How it will be stored is still to be decided. The site will act as a central database and as a hub linking to websites at hundreds of other institutions. World Flora Online will be a powerful research tool.
You can ask the flora all sorts of questions and it will be able to answer questions which were not easily answered before. And for example, if you wanted a list of all the plants that grow in, say, I don't know, Bangladesh, for example, or Colombia, or whatever. You could just name a country and generate a list just like that. Currently, you can't do that.
It will speed up conservation efforts and research by making it easier for scientists to access information as they work in the field.
I am envisioning, like, if you go to the field and you can just download the information on your iPhone or your mobile application of the plants from that region.
By having the information on the internet, then we'll be able to call that information up directly in the field and know if we've gotten this plant before. Is this something different? Is it rare? Should we take pictures? Should we collect seeds? Should we collect specimens? It's been difficult in the past because you're not necessarily in the blind, but you don't have a full library like this at your disposal in tropical rainforest.
Having this information easily accessible online will be especially important to scientists who live in more remote areas of the world.
We bring them to the Northern Hemisphere, train them, take them through school, let them get degrees, give them everything they need to do scientific research, and then send them back to their country with almost nothing to support them. So there's few libraries, few herbaria or museums. There's fewer assets that they can use to do their research. So what we're hoping is by using the internet to make this information available, they will have the resources that they need to do the conservation and research on the ground in their country.
Having a single resource online will also reduce confusion by helping scientists know exactly what they're working with.
One of the biggest problems that we've run into is, like for instance, the use of common names. We'll know something is an oak, but there are lots of oaks, so which one do you mean? And if we have one that's used for a medicine or particularly good wood or that is good aesthetically for some reason, then we can make sure that we're talking about and working with the same plant.
While World Flora Online will primarily be a tool for scientists, it will also be helpful to anyone looking for information about things like gardening and learning about your own backyard.
Eventually we'll have what are called random access keys so that you can come in and say, well, I know certain things about this particular plant. It's a vine, a large vine that grows up trees. It's got reddish yellow flowers and hummingbirds come to it. And so you'll be able to put in those characteristics and identify what that is.
The Missouri Botanical Garden is at the forefront of efforts to protect plant diversity around the globe. In fact, it has one of the 3 largest plant science programs in the world.
We have 5.5 million specimens in our herbarium, which is the second largest in the United States.
The Missouri Botanical Garden is one of the lead institutions on the World Flora Online Project, along with the New York Botanical Garden, the Royal Botanic Gardens Kew, and the Royal Botanic Garden Edinburgh. A $3 million grant from Monsanto is funding the first 3 years of the World Flora Online. The team aims to complete the project by 2020. For Innovations, I'm Sonja Shin.